talking to youth leaders, I mean, I would say all of this applies directly to youth ministry because a lot of students, even with Dare to Share Live, some churches won't participate because they think, well, not all my kids are evangelists, but all of them can evangelize in different ways. And from the friendship building to the selfless servant, story sharer, reason giver, truth teller. So really, how would you challenge youth leaders to help their students discover their style and maximize it based on
Well,
this?
and first of all, I fully agree. And when I first stumbled upon some of these concepts, I was in my 20s. I wasn't, that was years ago, but I think this is kind of a ageless, timeless thing, and it's biblical.
Yeah.
Each of these has examples that I teach in the Contagious Faith book, biblical examples, and I show how Jesus used each of these as well. So yeah, as a youth leader, I would, consider having them read this Contagious Faith book and really do a study. And by the way, we actually have a training course coming out in a couple of months in December.
Oh, great.
Excuse me. It's a 6-week small group course, video driven. I teach on it, but then I have guests who are examples of each of these 5 styles. And guess who my guest is on the truth-telling style?
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
And Greg
That's
you did a great job on that. And so you're part of our curriculum now. And so whether they use the book or the training course or both, I would say to youth ministers, use these materials, teach, and you can use your own examples of other students and people that are in the circle that you can kind of point to as examples. But I'll just tell you, this liberates a ministry. Yeah. It liberates a youth group. It liberates a small group. It liberates a whole church. And then all of a sudden, you not only have people feeling like, okay, it's okay for me not to like doing this, but to like doing this instead. And when I need that, I'll go to that person, and we'll be a team. We'll partner.
That's great.
And I have stories in the book about that too. Just briefly, toward the end of the book, I say, when you're in a situation where your style doesn't fit, pull in other people. And I give an example of my friend Carl, who's direct like you. He has the truth-telling style. But he pulled in me. We were in an ice cream shop talking to a Muslim guy. Well, he uses me and my, intellectual side to answer the guy's questions. I pull in Lee through his book and give the guy the case for Christ and say, here's a story of someone who didn't believe it either. And then Carl tells his wife, and she builds a friendship. And people in their class at church found out and came and started serving this guy and actually helped him with his career. Well, a year later, this man, his name is Faiz, who had been getting all these people with different styles talking to him, a year later gives his life to Christ. Not only him, but he, his wife, and their 6-year-old daughter all turned from Islam to Christianity. Wow. They're still followers of Christ today because the whole team was finding their styles and working together. And I think that can happen in a church, and it can happen in a youth ministry as well.